Every morning presents a hidden gateway, not to the noise, but to yourself. As the Buddha said, what lives in your heart you magnetize. What exists in your mind you bring forth. Yet most people wake up only to fall back asleep. Not in bed, but in life, scrolling endlessly, carrying beliefs that aren't their own, chasing a reality that leaves them exhausted. But what if your morning became your power? What if the first thing you said to yourself could shape your entire day? Your mood, your peace, your focus, your life. In this video, you'll discover 5 life-changing truths to tell yourself every single morning, rooted in Buddhist wisdom, emotional clarity, and deep inner transformation. Well, I am not my thoughts. I'm the silent observer watching them. Every morning, the world rushes in before the sun fully rises. Thoughts start before our eyes even open, past regrets, present demands, future uncertainties. And most people suffer before they've even left the bed, not from pain in the body, but from the noise in the mind. There is a quiet storm that brews in our heads, and it steals our peace silently. But the first truth you must tell yourself each morning is this: I am not my thoughts. I am the quiet space holding them. It sounds simple, but it holds the power to shift your entire day. In Buddhist teachings, the mind is like an agitated monkey, moving from branch to branch, never still. But beyond the monkey's chaos is the sky, vast, silent, undisturbed. That sky is your true self. The mind thinks, judges, predicts, reacts. But you are the one who observes. When you begin the day by identifying with your thoughts, you tie your soul to their fluctuations. If anxiety fills your thoughts, you become anxious. If criticism dominates them, you feel ashamed. But none of that is you. You are the space that holds the thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. This is why most people suffer before breakfast. They never pause to notice. They wake up already inside their mind, already believing the morning narrative. Without knowing it, they let their mind speak first and their spirit second. But a mindful morning is built by reversing that. Let your spirit speak first. Tell yourself, I'm not these thoughts. I am the peaceful awareness watching them drift. This truth changes everything. Because once you create that space, just a moment of awareness, you're no longer trapped in the storm. You are sitting beside it calmly, like a monk beneath a Bodhi tree, unmoved by the wind. When you observe instead of react, you give yourself the gift of choice. You are not the voice in your head. You are the awareness that hears it. And the more you rest in that silence, the more power you reclaim. So tomorrow morning, before the world has a chance to enter your mind, pause. Position yourself at your bedside, close your eyes, breathe in, and speak this quietly to your heart. I am not my thoughts. I am the silence beneath them. 2. Everything I need already exists within me. In the early hours, when the light is still soft and the world is just beginning to stir, a subtle false belief arises, a quiet lie that whispers, you are insufficient. It arrives before your feet touch the ground, a thought that says you have to grow more, gain more, demonstrate more, and in that moment you begin to chase. But before the first step of the day is taken, remember this truth: all I need already resides in my being. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins the moment we believe something outside us will complete us. The moment we forget our wholeness, we start grasping at accomplishment, praise, connection, confirmation. It becomes a loop. We run toward things thinking they'll fill an inner emptiness, only to find that the more we run, the more distant peace becomes. Because peace cannot be found in things. It is already there, like calm water under turbulent waves. In the morning, this illusion of lack is strongest. It's in browsing through other people's highlights, in the mental checklist of all you haven't done yet, in the comparison, the self-doubt, the rush to be more. But when you pause and speak to yourself, all that I need exists right here, you break the spell. You return to sufficiency, not the sufficiency of ego, but the knowing of soul. Imagine a seed. From the outside it looks small, insignificant, but within it lies the potential of an entire forest. You are that seed. And yet most people forget. They seek light outside without realizing the sun also rises within them. When you're rooted in your own enoughness, you walk through the world not as one who asks, but one who offers. You don't chase love, you embody it. You don't seek worth, you express it. So each morning before the noise begins, return to this truth. Lay your hand upon your heart. Close your eyes. Breathe gently and remind yourself, everything I require already resides in me. 3. No outside force has the ability to disturb my peace. A silent strength resides within you, a strength not born from force, but from stillness. Each morning the world begins to stir with chaos, noise, demands, expectations. Some will come with anger, some with judgment, and without awareness you absorb it. But here is a truth that can change your entire day. Nothing beyond me has the ability to disrupt my calm. You are not an absorbent meant to take in others' energy. You are a clear reflection that remains detached. In Buddhism, we learn that suffering often comes not from what happens, but from how we carry what happens. The moment you internalize another person's chaos, you lose your own center. To live with calm in a chaotic world is not weakness. It is mastery. True detachment isn't shutting down your heart, but expanding your awareness. It is embracing without dissolving, aiding without attachment, receiving without absorbing. Imagine a deep, still lake. Stones may be thrown, winds may blow, but the depths remain undisturbed. This is the practice, to let the world touch the surface, but never shake your foundation. You are not responsible for the emotional atmosphere of other people. Their anger is not yours. Their fear is not yours. What defines you is how you return to yourself after being pulled. Each morning you get to choose. Will you shoulder everyone's burdens or traverse life with centered stillness? Say to yourself gently, no outside element can disturb my tranquility. 4. Today I opt for presence rather than pressure. Most people wake up already running, not with their feet but with their mind. The pressure begins before the eyes fully open. Jobs to do, replies to send, accountabilities gathered like regiments outside your room. This is the truth to carry into the start of each day. Today I select mindfulness instead of stress. When you rush your morning, you rush your life. You start the day not as a conscious person, but as an automaton, reacting, hurrying, checking, chasing. Before you've taken your second breath, the day is already in control of you. But Buddhism reminds us to return to your breath, return to this moment. Because this moment is the only place where life truly lives. The Buddha once said, "The problem is believing you have endless time." We often live as if life will begin later on the path, after the inbox is cleared, after the meeting ends. But life doesn't begin when the to-do list is done. Life is happening now, in this inhale, in this exhale, in a quiet sip of tea, in a ray of sunlight warming your skin. Pressure is often just a mirage pretending to be critical. It convinces us that racing ahead is mandatory, that handling multiple things is impressive. But pressure only pulls us away. It disconnects us from the softness of the present. Presence is your true home. It asks for nothing but your attention. No display, no impeccability, just your willingness to show up fully to what's here. So when the morning arrives, don't begin with your to-do list. Begin with a deep breath, a quiet pause, your hand placed on your heart. Speak to yourself with kindness. Today I embrace awareness over urgency. 5. I am surrendering so life can unfold. Each morning gives you a quiet choice, to grip firmly or to let go. Most of us, without noticing, start the day already clinging to agendas, to anticipations, to our picture of how events should play out. But here's a truth that can gently set you free. I let go to allow life's rhythm. Attachment is a gentle sort of cage. You may not see the bars, but you feel the weight, the need to control, the fear of change. Buddhism teaches that suffering begins where attachment takes root. The moment you say this needs to unfold this way, you invite fear. But life, like a river, was never meant to be forced. It was meant to be followed. Your plans matter, but they're not meant to become chains. When you cling too tightly to outcomes, you block what's trying to unfold. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means stepping into the flow, trusting a wisdom greater than your own. Bamboo moves with the air current, not because it's weak, but because it knows how to stay standing. In that surrender, you don't lose your strength. You discover it. So speak softly to your soul as the day begins. I abandon the necessity to direct. I let go of my expectations. I let life show me the way. The more you loosen your grip, the more your life begins to flow, like inhalation, like currents, like days progressing. You move with life instead of struggling against it. As the Zen teaching says, when the mind becomes calm, truth can be heard. Begin each day by connecting with your inner self and watch the external world echo your inner stillness.